Welcome to Give Mike a Mic Reloaded. Load it.
Muffin time!
I feel like we could have a very educated conversation without
That'd be good.
being like
Without ganging up on
yes.
me? Yeah.
Okay, which is your favorite Destiny, Joe?
Probably the one.
You want to talk about
The
Destiny?
one-
What the f*** you want to talk about Destiny then? Tell me.
So, let me tell you. My favorite one is when...
Jamie, tell me!
the
Jamie!
guy...
But let me see.
You have to chop his head off, his arms off, his fingers off, everything. His penis, everything. Just chop it all off. His power, anything that swings, that can swing, is powerful, including his dick.
Get rid of it.
Chop it all off. Just get it off.
Get rid of it.
Get it out of here. Just fling it somewhere else. Burn it. Burn it to the ground. Well, guys, welcome to what the fuck is the name of the podcast again, bro?
What's this called?
What's it called? What are we doing?
How do you do this?
Am I doing this right?
Give Mike a chode.
What do I do with my hands? What do I do? What do I do with my hands? Give Mike a mic reloaded. Reloaded for like the 10th time already. So I don't know. I think I got to change the name of this. It shouldn't be reloaded anymore. I think we just got to be. I don't know. Give Mike a mic sometimes.
Reinvigorated.
Give Mike a mic every few months.
Every now and then.
Every now and then, give Mike a mic. Guys, welcome to the podcast. We are in November, the year of our Lord 2023, and we are glad to be here again. I was telling the guys the last couple of weeks I've been getting requests on when the podcast will be coming back from several individuals that are fans of our show, and did not have an answer for them because behind the scenes there's been a lot of stuff going on the last few months, not only with me but with Alex, with Harold, Jay. I think his life is perfect. Omar, I think he's fine too. They're just butt nutting each other over there. But other people in this podcast have been having some
We have real problems.
challenges. Yeah, not first world problem like these guys.
Hey,
Jay's like, oh, I can't get a fast pass.
dude, I'm a
My life is
My Netflix is
my
slow.
Netflix is slow. My internet sucks.
Come on, man. I'm a blue collar
I don't have a
just like
stand
you
for my
guys. I'm a blue collar worker
Blue
just like
collar.
just like you guys.
Blue
Come
collar
on.
Dominican.
I'm a blue collar D.
I got you.
There you go.
There you go, bro.
Blue collar Domi.
Oh my god.
So anyways, there's been a lot of stuff behind the scenes that's been going on personally and professionally and things with us. And when everybody's ready, we'll talk about it. We'll get everybody to talk, and we'll have episodes separately for Harold's story, Michael's story, and Alex's story. And we'll kind of make it into a podcast thing too. But we're happy to see Harold and Jay here. Alex may be intermittent here and there if he gets his mic ready to go. We'll see. You'll just see him speed past the screen. It's fine. But in the meantime, we're gonna get this started here, guys. So I really don't know how to do this again. I don't know how to introduce anything. I don't want it to sound serious, but here we are. We got a lot to catch up on.
Yeah.
I think our last episode was sometime in September, maybe September 1st, I want to say. And we're halfway through November right now. So that's been like 2.5 months, I'd say, that we've given Mike a break.
we left you high and dry.
Yeah. No.
Sorry.
Definitely not on you guys. It's definitely been on me. I could be more persistent about it and be like, hey, guys, let's do something. Or if it was just me and Jay doing the podcast while everybody else is doing their stuff, then that would be interesting. But I don't know about that. But we I did want to give everybody kind of like a break, and especially me, I kind of needed it too. So I mean, we just needed a break. That's it. We put the brakes on for a little bit. I'm not gonna say, hey, we're back and we're gonna be consistent as ever, but we are gonna try to get episodes here more and there, more often than 2.5 months, because that's not a podcast. At that point, that's a limited event series, and
Limited release.
it's a
It's a
6
limited
episode
release.
Netflix show that takes a
So-
year to get through. So we don't want to do that, and we're also very close to our 100th episode of the podcast.
Oh wow.
Gotcha.
So I kind of want to have some type of momentum going into that.
What episode are we on?
But
Like officially?
the last one that we did.
Just out of curiosity.
Let me double check. Double check here, please. I can't even find my podcast here because it's been a while since I opened it. This will be officially episode 95. 95. Our last
5 more,
episode
baby.
was literally September 1st. That was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem review. Before that was Barbie and Oppenheimer. Right around, it was like 3 days straight that we did that. Because before that, we also had a month off. Before that, we had May, June, July, August, the whole summer off. So we just have not been consistent, and I apologize for that. That's
Hey guys, we have some really good benefits at this show. So
Yeah.
sometimes we just go on vacation.
we just go on vacation. That's it, man. Like, that's it. Sorry to leave you guys high and dry, but we're making a lot of money from this podcast, and we just decided to take off 2 months,
just rolling.
just
in it.
rolling in the dough, man. So yeah, that was our episodes from May. May was Fast X. Then we did What Did I Miss episode because it had been that long. It'd been like 2 months, and then we went on another hiatus for like 3 or 4 weeks, and did Oppenheimer, Barbie, and Mutant Turtles like all one on after the other. So this will be episode 95.
They're just babies.
To answer your
remember.
question, sorry. No, babies. Yeah, they're just babies. They're babies.
They're
They're babies.
Omar, bro. That was his excuse
That
for everything.
episode was great. No, like honestly, those episodes were.
I'm like, I just don't
Those
like
episodes
this
I
guy.
laughed
I
so
just
much
don't
at.
like. But they're freaking babies.
They're babies, Jay. Jay, they're babies. They're babies. Like, all right, bro, we got it.
Okay, they're babies. Yeah.
Jeez.
They're babies.
Fine. Goo goo
Fine.
gaga.
Yeah. So I think Alex just sent us an update. He will not be on this episode podcast, so that's okay. We'll continue on without him. Sorry, not without that.
without that thing.
Without that guy. Without that guy.
Without that baby.
That baby. Without that turtle over there. So we're gonna talk about a couple different things and see where it goes. It's gonna be me, Harold, and Jay here, the three caballeros, and this is gonna be interesting. This is the first time for us. Actually, no, we did have one episode.
Yeah, you remember
I
the
think
first
that
one?
we were in Halloween. Wasn't it in the Halloween?
No, was
Just
it?
this
What did
three of us,
us
though? I
three
don't
do?
remember.
The,
Because I think we were doing an episode, and then Alex was having the same thing issue, and he joined us, I guess, the second half of our recording. So we
it
did
could
2
be,
episodes,
could
yeah. But the first episode, that was technically the first episode, that was just us three that we were talking about. I think it was
dude, I think it was the
the-
slap heard around the world, bro.
you
Was
think
it?
so? No, Alex was on that
Was
one.
Alex on that one?
I believe so.
I think it was just
Probably,
3.
With the
Or
Will
was
Smith
it-
one?
He was on
Were you
that.
on that one, Harold? Because I know Omar wasn't.
No, Harold was on
I
that.
was
yeah.
on
so it
that
was
one.
all 4 of
Yeah,
us, okay.
I was
Okay.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that the one that we had with us three was when we were talking about Petrified Forest last year.
That was fun.
And then Alex joined in later on about the Halloween 3 Season of the Witch episode. It was like in the same thing, but he got caught off the same way that he got caught off now. So that's where we're at, and that's okay. So there's a couple things I sent you guys in the chat. That was literally only about 4 topics that I just sent out there out of maybe 20 here, but I'm like, we're not going to get to those yet because a lot of them have to do with movies that we were talking about watching, you know, Miami Connection and Taming the T-Rex and doing like reviews on that, right?
Yeah.
So what I want to talk about, because we're in November,
Yeah.
and I'm going to be honest with you, like I'm upset about a couple different things in November and October. So November 1st was my birthday, in case nobody remembers or whatever, right? So November 1st is
We knew.
is an extension of Halloween for me, right?
Okay. I'm happy. I'm glad about that.
I am too. However, people have been proceeding to start celebrating Christmas November 1st, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's Jay, I see the smile on your face right now.
I'm
And,
not gonna take the camera to my living room right now.
I gotta ask you. I was gonna ask you if you have a Christmas tree up there and lights. Yeah, and all. Okay.
Listen,
So
I'll get into
he's
it.
one of the.
You're fired.
I'll
He's
get
a
into
problem. He's a problem. All right, cool.
He's a problem child. He's a problem.
He's a problem
baby.
child. He's the problem, baby.
it. Look, man. Once you're done with your little rant, I'll go ahead and explain myself.
No, go ahead and explain
Go
because
ahead.
I wanna rebuttal.
My whole thing about setting up early is, dude, it takes a lot of work to put up these lights. I mean, I'm putting up something, bro, that's going to rival Christmas Vacation at this point. Okay? So if I'm going to do that, I'm putting it up early and I want it up for minimum 2 months. So yeah, I set up November 1st. Yes. Okay?
All right.
Yes.
So first of all, why are you in competition with your neighbors? Is there a homeowners association contest? Like if you get the best Christmas lights, you don't have to pay
I wish.
for December or what?
Dude,
See, for that, I would decorate in August, right?
In
Like,
August.
All right, I
Damn,
don't have to
okay.
pay any homeowners insurance.
Me too.
You know, that's great. So
I think your homeowners insurance
what is
goes
the
up.
reason?
You're a
What's the
fire.
reason-
You're a fire hazard. I'm a fire hazard right now.
What is the reason for the season, Jay?
Dude,
And don't give me the Jesus thing right now, okay? Because I love Jesus, right? But I don't want to hear that we are celebrating the mood because
it's
in
my favorite
between
holiday. Number one,
November 1st.
I'll give you my favorite holiday is actually Thanksgiving. That's my favorite holiday.
All right, Happy Colonizer Day. Got you. Okay,
But
got you. And then
I do. But a close second is Christmas, and I don't know. Every year, probably since I've had my house, I've been trying to just one up myself. It's not like I'm in a competition with anybody. I'm just kind of one upping myself, and I've always had a dream of just balling my house out with friggin' Christmas lights. I don't know.
Going
Just
all
going
out,
all out.
like Christmas vacation.
Like literally, it's been a vision of mine ever since I watched that movie. I don't know why, but now I've had my house for almost 5 years now, and I'm like, every single year I buy more and more Christmas decorations, Christmas lights, all this other stuff. Last year, bro, I dropped so much money on Christmas lights, and now I'm putting them up, and I'm putting them up early because I want them up, and I want everybody to see them for a long time.
Let me ask you: is it because you have it takes time to put that stuff?
It
up?
does,
Is that
bro.
what
Are
it
you
is?
kidding
And
me?
You have to kind of plan
Dude,
it out.
but is it all up right now?
No, it's like I would say about 90% up. I still
Is
got-
that because you still have 10% that you haven't put up, or 10% that you haven't purchased yet?
No, 10% that I haven't put up. I still have a bunch of stuff in. I have 10% of my stuff
Okay.
in.
Have you put stuff outside?
Which
your
is
house yet?
basically the stuff that I have to put up is the trim. Like I have all the lights on the bushes. I just basically have to put the trim around the roof of the house. So I have to climb the roof. Imagine this 240 pound
Here we go.
Dominican like tropezando.
Listen, you've
por
done that
ahí.
before in a wrestling video, so you're fine, bro.
Yeah, I'm 42.
Just
okay?
pretend it's a wrestling video, bro.
I'm 42, bro.
Listen, I don't care what you are. We need to listen. I did not
when you're young at heart.
I did
you
not
can do
have
anything.
a 40th birthday party.
I would
Which
like
is
to,
something else that I'm
No, I know, and
upset about right now
Yeah, I know.
because I asked the wrong friend to put that together for me. Because if you and I'll call him out on this podcast, and I don't care if he shows up on this podcast ever again. Okay, I'm gonna tell you right now because in May 20th,
Oh God.
this freaking penis asked me to do his whole 40th birthday party,
I
right?
remember.
Organize it and make sure I got plans, right? I'm like, cool.
Yeah.
This penis,
Gotcha.
after what's his name, Harold, was gonna get engaged and married and whatever. Like we went ahead and wanted to make sure that everybody was together for his bachelor party, right? And then Omar was a whole thing about that, right? So this year, for my 40th, I was like, hey, bro, like, I really don't feel like planning my shit. Like, I don't feel like going through all that trouble to do. I had a whole shindig plan. Like, I was gonna round a bar and make it like It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, like recreate the whole bar that they have in the show and stuff like that, because that's my favorite show.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't feel like doing all that, especially I got a lot of stuff happening. So Omar, can you help a brother out? Like, can you just plan something small that we can all get together, right? And I said, I'm free this weekend, that weekend, and just plan it out. And it's not gonna be a surprise because I'm telling you what to fucking plan it for me. But
do it.
just whatever we do, I don't care. Like, take me to Vegas or whatever the case you want to do, whatever.
Take me to bed.
To this day, yeah, he lost me forever, bro. He lost me forever right now. To this day, I'm still not celebrating my 40th party because I asked the wrong guy in here, right? Because I know Harold's going through stuff, Alex is going through stuff. Jay, he'd probably take me to a DeSantis rally or something like that. I don't want that for my 40th, right? So I was just like,
yes, he knows it. Or
Jesus,
too much.
or of a vet,
hey, and even though
or of a vet.
I really want to go to Hamburger Mary's next time, but that's okay. So I was like, let me just ask Omar because I did it for him. He did. To this day, to this day, I haven't heard back from Omar, right? So, anyways, that's a whole nother thing. So Omar, just fuck you. Anyways,
I'm not better.
I'm not better.
No, not for nothing.
Just my 40th.
Not for nothing.
Honestly,
go Harold. Go.
I was gonna say, honestly, we should go do something.
Let's just go do something, bro.
I think it's still. We should go do something. I'm feeling better. I was,
Let's go get something to eat. Where did this freaking Puerto Rican go?
What Puerto Rican?
I don't see you.
Me?
No,
Michael. Hello,
probably.
me.
Yeah, Michael.
I see both of you.
I'm here, bro. I'm here.
Well, I hear you. I don't see you.
I'm right here. I'm right here.
I'm right.
I'm right here, puppy. I'm right here.
Dude, I swear, recording continues.
But-
I can hear you.
Anyways, so we could do
should
something.
be good.
We could do something.
Yeah, let's do something, bro.
I think we should go now that I feel, I'm feeling better
Yeah.
with everything. I think we should definitely go have a drink, go get something to eat, do something. I don't care. With me, it's whatever. I don't care. I'm down for whatever.
Yeah, we'll do it. I don't want to plan it, so you guys fucking do whatever you want. And just have a balloon that says happy birthday, and that's it. That's my birthday party. That's all I care about, just to be with my loved ones, my family.
Here you are.
So
It's all about family.
it's all about
the family.
So as I was saying, I think what was I saying? Where did I start?
You
were saying
ended
basically
F.U.
you
Omar.
never turn your back on family.
No, I said fuck you, Omar. Yes, I did say that. Loud and clear.
And proud.
and proud. No, I think we were talking about last year we did our the three of us in this podcast. We're talking about Halloween. And Halloween, of course, is starting early this year. And everybody, I actually put up an Instagram post. I don't know. Harold, you probably saw it. Jay probably didn't. But I had friends that were posting literally on November 1st and 2nd, picture of their Christmas trees, picture of this and that. I'm like, dude, it's getting earlier and earlier. And I'm getting upset about this, right? And not that I'm bitter about Christmas, right? But for me, my tradition has always been, I don't fuck around with Christmas until like Thanksgiving morning, right?
Yeah.
Like Thanksgiving morning, I wake up, I start cooking, I put on the Macy's Thanksgiving parade, right? At the end of the parade, who the fuck comes out? Santa Claus. He's the last fucking float. So at that point, it's like, everybody, Christmas has arrived. Santa Claus has come. He's closed the parade. Good night, everybody. Start your fucking holidays, right? Then the next day or even later that afternoon, all these fucking capitalistic fucking stores start throwing up their Black Friday sales and making us work on Black Friday. So I go out there and I support capitalism by shopping on Thanksgiving Day. And same thing Black Friday, right? I do. So at that point, it's like, that's when Christmas starts for me. Then I'm like, all right, cool. I'm in the mood. It's cool, whatever. But between November 1st and Thanksgiving, half of it should be celebrating me, right? Then the other half, we should just fucking take a break. Just like for a week or two, just, hey, we got no holidays. We got nothing happening. Let's just take a breath, focus on each other, prepare yourself mentally for the holidays and the Jingle All the Way spectacle that's about to happen in your life, shopping for that toy, right? Like, you just need a break. I feel like people need a mental break, but nobody is giving themselves a break.
They have a break. They go straight into
They go straight from one holiday to the next, like right after that.
My break is done. It's like I'm on break now. I mean, I have one more thing to do, and I'm on break for the next month and a half.
Yeah, but you're thinking about that thing that you got to do, that thing that you got to put up, right?
Yeah.
And me, I'm like, no, I don't want to think about that. Like, I don't want to think about that until Thanksgiving afternoon. Actually, not even then, because
tradition. I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
It's tradition.
It's tradition.
It is.
I don't know where that tradition just left.
For me, it's and trust me,
bounced out.
I'm a traditionalist, but at the same time, dude, when I put up these freaking lights, man, I'm like, if I put up these lights, if I do all this work and put up all these lights, and I'm only gonna get 4 weeks out of it,
You want
dude,
it to be
I want it to be
the
seen
most.
for a while. So they're up.
Yeah.
But you got after like New
Let
Year's,
me
bro.
ask
Like
you this.
I don't take down my shit till like after Dia de los Reyes y todo eso. Like I wait a whole month, like till
Yeah,
fucking
and I know it.
Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
Okay,
I'm like,
you know
that's
that.
Let me ask
You
you
know,
this.
after
This is
the
probably the-
holidays, bro, the hustle and bustle starts again, and then the last thing you want to do is start pulling stuff down. You know, while you're getting back into the swing of
That's
things.
what I was gonna ask. When do you start taking that stuff down?
I
When do you?
try to take it down. Last year, I think I took it down literally right before my girl started school. So like probably that weekend right before January, like they started in January.
Oh wow.
You know what I mean? Like when do they
I
start?
don't know. That's
And-
taking it
and-
down early, bro.
And another question that I have: do you put up stuff for Halloween at all, or you just decorate for Christmas?
No,
Is
I
Halloween
don't.
the
No,
decorate
it's
for
another
you
yo,
at
bro.
all?
Yeah, it's
That's
another
what el
yo.
Día de los Diablo, bro.
El diablo.
Damn.
Día de los Muertes.
You don't put like a friendly little ghost that says "boo." You don't put any of that
Bro,
stuff.
and it's funny too
No,
because
you don't do none of that.
This year I like normally I'll let the girls go trick or treating if they want. You know, it's like their prerogative. I don't care.
Just whatever.
But this year they were like, "No, Dad, I want to stay home. Let's just set up a table outside with some music or whatever and give out candy." I'm like, "Okay." So we just literally sat in front of the house with a couple of neighbors, ordered some pizzas, gave out candy. You know, talked to some people coming.
Did
know,
you give
kinda
out pizza
cool,
too
though.
or no?
Huh?
Did you give out pizza
We
too?
did.
or you
We
just-
did. We did. I
Pizza's for
ordered
him,
like
sucker. Oh, you
we
did?
ordered like I want to say like 15 pies, and we just handed out pizza to people coming.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn.
No way. That
Holy, give me your
I think
address.
Your house.
Give me your address.
Your house, I think, was number one.
It was number one,
I
Papa.
think
It
your
was
house
number
was
one.
number one in that neighborhood.
We went to the
bro.
Dominican's house and he had fucking
and they were
pizza
giving out pizza.
and mango and they had freaking plátanos.
I gotta do that next year. Ay, un
Can you
mango.
You should make it
imagine,
a
bro?
Dominican Halloween, bro.
Ay,
Yeah.
concho.
Can you imagine two little kids talking to each other and they're like, "What'd you get? I got a Snickers. What'd you get? I got a whole pizza pie. I got some Domino's or some.
Now, what'd you get?
I don't know.
I got a plátano.
I got a
I got a plátano.
I got a big scoop of mango.
I got mango
I got
right
a
about-
freaking los tres golpes,
That's
buddy.
golpe, bro. Yes. Heck yeah, bro.
No, I think
Dang.
what's gonna happen is when I get my house, I think I'm gonna go right from July 4th to on July 5th. I'm gonna start putting up Halloween decorations in my house. I think that's
July.
where we're gonna be at.
That's
So the
different,
entire
bro. No.
summer. That's not different.
That's
That's the 4th of
different.
July. There's no other holiday between July 4th and Halloween.
Dude,
That's
that's
way too
extreme, dude.
Nothing.
If you want to,
That's
Nah,
extreme.
nah.
I would say August.
I mean, no, not even
Or
August, bro.
September,
September,
man.
maybe mid-September, and that's like
No,
pushing it.
excuse me. Let's do the math right now when we're starting.
Excuse me.
When we're starting these Christmas decorations.
2 months.
November 1st. November 1st
So
is
that's
when we're
that's
starting
basically
Christmas.
2 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's so you start
September?
September 1st. If you want to be like
Nah, I don't know.
equal,
I don't like that. I don't like that.
but you know what though?
Maybe
Have
Labor
you
Day.
seen-
Maybe
man,
Labor Day.
I mean, have you seen those videos of the people decorating their houses for Halloween?
Oh, yeah.
With all the lights. I mean, they go
nuts.
crazy.
bro.
Yeah, I have
I think
one of my
that's
old
pretty dope.
managers in Chicago. He actually does it like full. He did a whole laser show outside his house, and he put it on TikTok and everything. And people go there and they just walk around.
One of my
like,
neighbors,
Bro.
did a hunt like a little haunted
Like a haunt?
area, like he put you
Yeah.
know like a tarp over
Like in front
it,
of his
and
house
then-
or something?
Yeah, right in front of his house, and then people had to walk through like a little maze. He put some smoke and lights and scary music.
Oh,
It was pretty cool, man. It was pretty cool, and then people
There's-
had to go through it to get to the candy, which I thought was like pretty
I don't know
fun.
if I took a picture, There was a house in my area over here, actually more by Winter Garden, that had, I don't know where they keep these mannequins, but no lie, it's like an old rickety, it looks like an old rickety house if I remember correctly. But they literally had, if I'm saying they had 100 full-size mannequins of like Freddy Krueger,
awesome.
Jason, all like 100 different kinds of all kinds, skeletons and clowns. They put it all on the front yard.
Yeah.
It literally is crazy. And now if you go to that same house, they have 100 other mannequins of just Christmas stuff. So they have like reindeers, Santa Claus,
just like
all over the
holidays, like,
place.
year-round.
They just go all out for that stuff. It's crazy.
I don't know if you met him, Alex Vargas.
Mm-hmm.
You
probably met him, yeah,
Sure that
probably
I have
yeah.
met him. I just don't.
So his house over in Lakeland, we went over to watch a couple movies that me and Alex we're gonna talk about later. But in his front yard, he had that. It was like, was it a worm or something from Nightmare Before Christmas? Like a black and white.
talking-
No,
yeah.
no, Beetlejuice. The
Beetlejuice
Beetlejuice.
one.
Beetlejuice. I was
one.
gonna say,
Yeah.
there's
That shit.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Dang,
Beetlejuice. He had the and
that's
the
dumb.
tongue like
That's-
did some
that's
stuff
cool.
like
Yeah, coming
animatronic.
out.
It was
That's
crazy. Then on his upstairs like window, I don't know how he set this up, but I don't know if it's a LED or like some type of projection, and
It's a projection on
it
a
changes.
screen.
Yeah, and it changes.
Yeah.
Like he's like, oh yeah, I could put like zombies on it, or I could put like someone like La Llorona or something
Bro.
like that. Like I saw it out of the window. I'm like, bro, do you have
Yeah.
people like
What the
up
hell?
there for real? Like that looks ridiculous. He's like, yeah,
Bro,
I
they
just
were
went
selling
on
they were selling the crap out of that thing on like
Were they really?
Instagram and
Oh, okay.
and on Twitter. They were just
That
they were
makes sense.
promoting
That
the
makes
crap
sense.
out of that same thing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. So the Beetlejuice thing though, I liked a lot. I was like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
I feel in the spirit.
But I'll tell you,
today.
man, I had a good time.
I'm freaking pissed.
Oh no, go ahead. Aaron.
No, I was just gonna say I'm pissed because I missed all of
See,
Halloween.
see.
I missed all of Halloween,
Yeah,
bro.
Hey,
Was super
next
pissed
year we
about
go
that,
we go big,
but whatever.
Papo. Next year we go big.
We'll go big, puppy. Starting
Yeah,
in
for sure.
July 5th.
But
Which I needed. By the way, I haven't talked to you guys.
this guy.
Starting July 5th.
I haven't talked to you guys about it because I wasn't able to go to Halloween Horror Night, so I want to know.
I didn't go either,
You
bro.
know,
I told
I
you
know
if
that
you're not
Michael
going, I'm
went,
not
like, a
going.
couple times.
So I didn't
I
go.
know.
I
Yeah,
did
yeah.
go.
I don't understand that pack. I didn't get that memo.
subscribe
Sorry.
to that.
Unsubscribe.
We're not that good of
I-
friends.
I told him on the slide, because he
No.
messaged us and he was like, "Look, man, I don't think that Halloween Horror Nights is gonna happen this year." And I just messaged him on the side. I
Claro,
was
yeah.
like, "Nah, dude, I won't go if you're not gonna go because it ain't gonna be the same if like the whole gang is not there." Pero I
Okay.
did go and I could
is
be
what
a reviewer for if you guys have never been to Hollow Scream. I went there.
Yeah, I'm down to hear that because we were thinking about going to that one as well, but yeah, it was just no chance. There was no chance for what was going on.
No chance. Yeah.
That's what chick.
That's okay, bro. That's all right. We're gonna do kind of like this whole. The reason I bring up Halloween is because that was one of the topics here that we want to do a little Halloween recap. I know Christmas is coming up and everybody's in the Christmas spirit already for some fucking reason, but today I am back to Halloween. We're gonna rewind a little bit because we skipped about 2 months there, right? So
Rewind, select.
rewind it just a little bit, right? So welcome to our Halloween episode here. We are going to be talking about a couple things in Halloween, including the haunts, including the movies and shit like that. So I know I'm going to save a couple of topics or Halloween things that I wrote down for when Alex is here, because he watched a movie called Slaughterhouse, and it was not.
Oh, I saw
It was
that.
not a tech.
Yeah, I didn't
it
see
was-
it, but
You probably saw it on the list, but it was not a typo.
I saw the trailer.
Oh, you saw the trailer? Okay. So I did
I
not
saw
see
the
the trailer, and we went to Vargas's house. That's where I saw his Beetlejuice stuff, and we watched that and Five Nights at Freddy's back to back.
I saw Five Nights.
So we did go ahead and watch that, both of them, and we have some interesting thoughts about that. So we're gonna say that for a later episode. We're gonna do a double feature on that. Yeah.
Cool.
But some of the other movies that came out in Halloween or around Halloween time that we had watched, and even before Halloween. First one I wrote down there was Talk to Me, which Harold, I think that was the last time we saw you in person, and you were doing good, right? And I went with Harold and Alex, my brother. We went to go see Talk to Me. Alex,
good.
he'll give us probably his thoughts later on about it, but Talk to Me if you slept on it. I would say it's one of the better horror movies that came out this year. When we talked about Terrifier last year, Terrifier 2, I think it was, that came out, and I said this is one you don't want to sleep on. I feel like this one was in that same category.
Is it like that?
Not the same type of movie.
I was gonna say,
no,
I'm like,
not gory at all.
really?
No.
No.
But it's one of those indie darling flicks that nobody heard about, that maybe had a budget of, 2 quarters and stuff like that, and then it made a lot. It was pretty profitable on that. Harold, do you have thoughts about? Talk to me. Talk to me about Talk to Me. Thank you.
Yeah, so Talk to Me was like, I don't know, like you said, I think a lot of people didn't expect much from it. And so I went in there like, hey, this is probably like an indie film. It's not going to be really crazy. They're probably not going to have a crazy amount, or the budget's not going to be there to make something, really, really good. But man, it surprised me. It was really well done. I really like the fact that they had like, correct me if I'm wrong, Michael, but I don't believe any of those people in the cast were like really well known. They were like unknowns.
No, because it was also filmed, I believe, in Australia or New Zealand, one or two. Yeah. So
something like that.
the cast was all
Really
new.
well done.
It was
Perfect.
when I saw the credits, it was kind of like a festival film, I think it was. So they said it was submitted to, like, I guess their film festival that's over there, and then it got picked up by a studio. A24, I believe, picked it up.
Yeah. Oh yeah, great.
So they saw that film at the festival and decided to do it. So Jay, in case you're not aware of, have you seen the trailers or know of Talk to Me at all? Okay.
I think I
so
have.
Talk to Me.
No, I think I did see the trailer for Talk to Me. But
So the trailer, I mean, it was here and there between, but basically it's about a group of kids that find this hand, and it's a kind of like a ceramic hand. It looks like white and has like a bunch of writing on it. It's all like crippled up like this. So basically, as soon as you shake the hand, or like it's kind of like a game, right? Explain it.
As soon as you hold on to the hand, like the hand is actually kind of like giving you a handshake type of. It's like in that setup.
Right.
And so when you shake the hand, it lets you see.
It's like a doorway
dead
to
person? A doorway
to ghost and dead people.
To a ghost, and it lets you see like a dead person, like you're shaking the hand of a dead person.
Yeah.
Somebody that died, somebody X that you don't know of. And random.
Yeah, it could be random.
Random person, a random, dead person.
Yeah.
And as long as you're holding that hand, you'll be able to see them. Now, I think if I'm, because it's been a while since we saw it, but I believe the longer you hold onto the hand, the more they have the opportunity to either.
So
like,
what it was is you have 90 seconds. They time you, and they're like, you have 90 seconds. After 90 seconds, you have, or the ghost or whoever it is, the dead person, has the ability to then possess you. So after like 90 seconds, you have to like let it go. So,
and sometimes it's hard to let go.
Yeah.
You can't just let it go.
Yeah.
So the hand is holding your hand too?
Correct.
Yeah, it's basically like grabbing you, and you don't know because you don't have really control of your body, because the ghost sometimes, or dead person, ends up like possessing you temporarily.
Yeah.
Like your eyes go black and all that. But after 90 seconds, if you don't let go or have that hand,
it could be permanent.
It could be permanent. Yeah. So the movie, that's like the basic premise, but it just gets crazier from that point on, as far as like
the premise of the movie is basically these kids are doing like a challenge,
like TikTok.
When we were young, when we were young, they do that, like that
Bloody Mary
challenge where like hold your breath, or the Bloody Mary one, and things like that. So the 90 seconds is they grab onto the hand. They have 90 seconds. That ghost will possess them for a minute, as long as they have the hand, and they're holding the hand. But if they continue to hold it, then they could be possessed for good. So once the 90 seconds is, or 90 seconds is up, they have to let go. And then they just go back to being their normal selves. So that's the premise.
That's the premise, and then one, like you said, it's usually someone random. But then it gets personal with one of them because she lost her mom. So it starts getting into that kind of depth of it, where she wants to like continue.
It's pretty crazy.
It's really good. It's really good.
Check it out.
I didn't expect that movie to be that good, and I think it was just on point. Like everything was really, really well done. The music,
dude,
just the effects were great.
You got a 94% on
and it
Rotten
probably has
Tomatoes,
a high.
bro.
Yeah, it's rated
Bro,
highly on that,
it's getting a sequel.
Yeah.
That's how good it is. It's getting a sequel, and it was
Is it
just
talk
like
to,
So it made
talk
money?
to us or talk
talk to me too.
Talk. No, I think
Talk,
it's
or talk
talk to something. Talk for me. Talk to me. Talk through me. I don't know.
something like that.
Talk to me too.
just talk to me.
No, I think it was like talk to us. I think that's the title or something like
I
that.
don't
Yeah,
remember.
I don't know what it is.
But so in the movie, they reference that there might be another hand out there, right?
Yes.
Did they reference that? in
Because the
movie?
hand was cut off of like some voodoo thing or like
Yeah.
in New Orleans or something like that. I don't know what it was. But
Correct. Yeah. So there's another hand out there that somebody might have.
Yeah.
But what have you?
It was
But
good.
yeah,
It was good.
It's yeah, I like that.
Don't
a
sleep
lot.
on it.
It was really well
Don't
done.
sleep on it,
I'm
Jay.
gonna check it out.
I don't
Is
know
it on
if you
streaming?
I don't know if you watch like Instagram if you're ever on the reels, but the song from that movie, that little jingle that they have when they're doing the game, that jingle is everywhere on Instagram now. They're using that that music on everything.
I don't even remember. I gotta check it out.
Yeah.
You want to hear a fun fact here? Because I'm big on this right now. I don't know, every time I.
All right, let's go, Omar.
No.
What's the Reddit say? What's the Reddit say?
No. It's nothing like that. I'm not that.
You're a resident Omar now, bro. You're done.
No. I'm about numbers. You know the budget for this movie? For Talk to Me?
75,000
A
million.
million?
No,
2 million?
4.5 million. Was the
4.5.
budget.
Okay.
Wow. And how much did it make?
91 million, bro.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, bro.
It was very
I'm
profitable.
telling you,
yeah.
bro, it was so low key.
It was
That
good.
movie was so just under the radar that I think it was word of mouth maybe that made it grow like that, because I remember leaving the theater and I was like, yo, that was really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, we left
That was
talking about it, and yeah,
It was
good.
more than I expected. You know how you go into a movie thinking like, this is probably going to be a letdown. It's whatever. We're just going to go watch it. And then I was like, wow, that is, really, really good. Pleasantly surprised.
Yeah.
For sure.
So that's one you don't want to sleep on. After that, some of the other movies that came out, I listed them here. I know, Harold, you and I were supposed to go have a date to go see The Exorcist
Yeah.
Believer.
I know.
That's when I know everything was happening and stuff like that. But I did end up seeing it later on. Did you end up seeing it at all? I think now it's
I
on
was
HBO
never
Max,
able
or I don't
to.
know. I don't even know.
Now it is.
Now
Now it
it's
is.
okay.
And I was thinking about watching it, but it was weird because I was like, it was October was already gone. So I was just like, but I should probably still watch it anyways. What I did end up watching was The Nun 2.
The Nun. Right.
The Nun. Because I wanted to watch that
That's
one really
on Max.
bad.
That's on Max, right?
Remember, I was like, I told
You
you,
don't wanna
guys,
see
let's
that?
go watch that. Because
Yeah.
I think we had watched the first one. I don't know if I remember.
I don't know if it was everybody was there, but I remember watching it. I don't know if I saw it with you or not. I remember seeing it, and I was
I
like,
don't
I
know.
wasn't impressed. I think that's
Oh,
why I
yeah.
was like not impressed with it. I was like, I don't know if I'm going to see the second one. I wasn't sure.
I gotta say, I appreciated it.
Did you appreciate it?
I appreciated it.
I appreciate it. I appreciate.
Bring it back, Hero. Bring it back. Bring the appreciation
Thank
back.
you.
Thank you. The Nun 2, did you like it better than the first or equally? Or
I don't remember The Nun 1 pretty much. So The Nun 2 was not bad. It wasn't like wow, wee wah, but it was good. It was good enough. I mean, it is what it is. I don't know. I don't, again, we were supposed to watch that The Exorcist Believer thing. I don't know if that was any good.
So I did end up seeing it.
Yeah.
Jay, did you see any of those, The Exorcist or The Nun?
Probably not.
I only saw.
None of them. Okay.
I know, and you're going to be disappointed in me, but I will just go ahead and tell you this right now so that there's no confusion. The literal only Halloween movie that I watched this year,
Nightmare Before Christmas.
no, was Friday Night at Freddy's, and that was only because
Okay.
my
All right.
daughter.
Oh,
because
okay. So we all
only because my daughter Bella was obsessed with it and wanted to watch it, so I watched it with her.
Jay, but you're not big on Halloween movies,
No, man,
right?
my wife is
Yeah,
like huge on Halloween movies, man. Huge on it. And I'm like, every time she wants me to watch these movies, I freak out. Like, I won't watch Exorcist. I won't watch
you're like my wife,
No.
because my wife is like, I don't like to see that. I'm like, God.
So
come
Harold,
on.
you just got to go with Maida to,
Yeah,
to
exactly.
the freaking scary movies. That's it. All three of us.
And then
Be like Jay
Jay
and
can go with my wife to
later.
go watch My Little Pony or something.
Go watch
Yeah.
My Little Pony, yeah. Go watch Ninja Turtles. Yeah. The premise. No, we I mean Five Nights at Freddy's, I think we all have an opinion on that. Me and Alex, we probably have the same opinion because I don't know. We'll say that for another podcast. That's fine. But we got thoughts. We got thoughts.
Okay.
I will say about The Exorcist though, Exorcist 2.
Yeah, I want to know.
The story was good, right?
Okay.
It was filmed great. Like if you like the Halloween, how that was filmed, Halloween 1 and 2, Halloween Kills,
Oh,
I
okay.
think it was. It was the same
Yeah.
director, you know, so you expect that type of like cinematography from that, right?
Okay.
However, I went into that expecting to shit my pants in the theater, right? Or to vomit.
Yeah.
Because stories
Yeah.
of The Exorcist, the first movie when that came out,
Yep.
you heard stories about people vomiting or leaving the theater like crying and just, you know, freaking going crazy, right? So
Yeah.
I expected, I was like, I want to feel like I never got that experience in the theater watching like The Exorcist back then in the 70s, right? So I was kind of hoping that it would like, I'd have to sleep with like a nightlight on or like with all the doors like closed and stuff like that, right? And I left it. I was like, you know what? I'm fine. Like I didn't have that sense of fear of like, you know, the exorcisms, the possessions and stuff like that, like the devil himself. Like I was like, I don't have that fear.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's because you're desensitized, but I just felt like it just didn't have that same fear factor as like the original Exorcist. And that might be because they're trying to make it more accessible for people to watch. I would assume, right? But with the Exorcist name, I feel like people will not go watch it because it has that name. Like if you ask Jay, like, Jay, you want to go see the sequel to The Exorcist or Exorcist Believer? He's like, no, because I know about The Exorcist. You know, like that movie, the original movie has that like
No.
it has that the original one has that like that reputation, right? Of being
Yeah.
terrifying.
Still have
Scary. Yeah,
nightmares.
yeah. I can tell you my story about that.
and
I think
this
I've told you
one-
before.
And this one was not, to be honest. It just was, it didn't have that terrifying. It felt like a run of the mill scary movie, right? Like we've seen like The Nun, we've seen things like that, you know, so it's like, okay, cool. Like it has that same vibe to it. But I didn't leave feeling like, oh, I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight. You know what I'm saying? Like that feeling, like I wanted that feeling because I'm like, I want to feel like genuine fear after leaving this theater. And I didn't. I was like, all right, fine.
Was it
That's
good?
what it is.
Did you like it though?
So I gave it like a 5 out of 10. Like it was very mid.
Because I really want you
so
to.
it's just
I need
blah.
you guys. I don't know if you've seen this, but I'm going to put something up on if you guys can see it.
Yeah.
Oh God.
22.59.
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm more on the
Scores.
audience score of it, to be honest. Like it wasn't good, it wasn't bad,
But it made money.
but it
made money,
made money. It made
dude.
money.
What's let me ask you this. What's the budget on that and what did it
30
make?
million, and it made 130 million. So it, yeah,
Holy crap.
yeah, it made money.
So it made its money back
in
then
this.
some.
Yeah, I mean,
okay.
yeah, because it's gonna have 2 more movies
Well-
after that, I think. So
Oh, is it really?
yeah, that's a trilogy.
Let me tell you this. So I think what's happening with that movie is, or at least the way you're describing it, is kind of like when you described to me and Jay about the Terrifier, how like, man, you know, these people were throwing up, people were getting out of like, they got up out of their seat and they had to leave because they couldn't take it. So, you know, we went to go see it with you, me, Jay, and you and your brother, I believe. And so in your, you know, you plant that seed like, I'm going to see people not be able to take this and leave. Now, I didn't see that when we went to go watch that movie. I didn't see that. So I was like, and to me particularly, I wouldn't have left. It was kind of gross, but at certain points it was like laughable in certain instances. You know what I mean? Just because it was just way out there. You know what I mean?
Well, not only that, but you have Art the Clown that's like literally laughing.
He's
while
pretty funny.
Yeah, you know?
He's a pretty funny guy. But
He's a funny guy. He's a funny guy, yeah.
He's a funny guy, that guy. But what I was gonna say about the Exorcist thing is, so I saw the re-release with the extended part of it. I don't know when that came out, 2001. I don't remember.
It was
a
something like
while
that, yeah.
back. And I had told you the story before, but when I was a kid, my parents were gonna watch that movie, I think on VHS or something like that. And I remember as a kid wanting to watch the movie with them, and they were like, no, this is not for you. You can't watch this movie. And so I remember that. And since that point, I was like, I'm going to watch that movie. Whatever that was, I'm going to watch it. And I knew that's what it was. So when the re-release came out with the extended cut and all that stuff, I was like, okay, I don't know what the big deal is about it because I've never seen the movie. I don't know anything about it. Like I just know what it's about per se, but I don't know what what everybody has always thought about that movie and the what it carries. You know what I mean? As far as what people feel about it. So I was like, I'm gonna go watch the movie. Whatever. And I know people don't want to go watch it with me, so I'm gonna watch it by myself. So I went to go see it by myself, and I didn't know what I was getting myself into as far as that goes. Nope. But I think what makes the first movie so raw, so terrifying, so scary, maybe, is one, I think, remember that it's like an old movie, so it has that grainy look, which I think in like the Halloween 1, like Nightmare on Elm Street 1, it has this graininess that just makes it a little bit more creepy. I don't know if that's a thing or not, but I feel that sometimes.
Well, I'm thinking
when a movie is kind of like not perfect, not 4K.
Well, I'm thinking
you know
like
what I mean?
20, 30 years down the line, when we watch a movie like Talk to Me, right? Like rewatch that. Mm-hmm. Are we going to be looking at it in that sense too, where it's like, oh shit, it looks so grainy and look like terrifying? Because at that point, 20, 30 years from now, the quality of video or movies might be more, right?
Yeah, but the thing is now you can't, there is no graininess. Like there is no graininess. We are watching it now and there is no graininess. Back in the 80s, 90s,
but was it grainy for them? There. That's what I'm saying.
But not just the graininess, Harold. It's just the way it was shot, the way it was the
way it was
style
shot as well.
That it was filmed in. It's not like that anymore.
Well, because that movie is also that movie. I think won the Academy Award that year. I think for best film as well.
What?
Like The Exorcist did.
Oh wow.
So I mean, overall, we're talking about the Academy Award. We're talking about the Oscars. Yeah, I'm serious. Go look it up. Go ahead, Omar. Part 2. Look it up.
Omar Part 2.
No, I think it has that. But also, in that movie, and the original as well, you remember those like. And they had film. They were filming on film. It wasn't digital or anything like that, correct. Right? So in that film reel, they would put those. You remember those flashes of like the actual demon that would like just show up out of nowhere in the first movie?
I don't.
You don't remember? Yeah, because you probably blocked it out because it was terrifying.
Yeah,
but in scenes there, you would see like the actual demon. Like it was a split second.
Oh, really?
That they would put it in there. It was like just a guy. Like it. I mean, it looked like. Terrifying, but it was like when they would zoom in on whatever her face, I forgot that girl's name in the movie, but there were like split cuts where they would put the film of that
just put
demon,
the guy,
like
it would
just flash
that guy.
You know what I'm saying? And movies like that back then, especially in the 70s, they did things like that, but not, I don't feel like in a horror movie. And they filmed it not as a horror movie. They filmed it as like a piece of art. Like they filmed The Exorcist as like a film. They didn't go into it thinking,
Would you say more like as like a documentary almost type of
No,
situation?
I wouldn't say that, but I think the filmmaker himself was, he filmed it with such, if you look at this at the 70s and look at the scary movies that were coming out back then, you had, I mean, they were pretty cheesy, to be honest. Like even, this was even before the 80s. But he filmed it in a way of like, back then you had movies like The Godfather. You had movies like in the 70s, there was a lot of movies. I think maybe Rosemary's Baby was probably the only one that I could think of offhand that was filmed back then that had like a film style to it. Everything else was not, like as far as scary movies in the 70s, I don't think it
was a thing.
You know, it was like Texas Chainsaw Massacre. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that was
Chainsaw Massacre, it was like, it's raw, it's grainy, whatever I'm saying. Whatever.
Exactly.
It's a great movie. But you could tell the difference between that and like The Exorcist, where The Exorcist had like so much storytelling built into it and so much like, I don't know, bro. It was just, to me, like I looked into
background and everything.
Yeah, it had a film, it had a score, it had, I mean, even the theme song, bro, was like iconic. No,
it is.
Like as soon as you hear that now, it's just, what the fuck, bro?
So
like that.
It's funny. It's funny that you mentioned the sound and the theme song. So it won best sound and best adapted screenplay.
Adaptation, for like a book.
But it was nominated 10 times, like for best picture, for best everything.
Wow.
Like 10 nominations, and it won sound and adapted screenplay.
Yeah, I think it
me
probably.
ask
So
you-
they didn't win best film,
No.
but I
it was
think if it
nominated.
did,
But it was nominated.
it was nominated. Yeah,
Hey,
for a
It
scary
made
movie
history because
nominated,
it was
bro.
the
Yeah,
first.
people thought that it was good
I don't
enough.
know. I can't.
Probably the
recall.
first horror movie
It's the
for
first
best
horror
film.
movie that was
Yeah.
ever nominated, but I don't know if there's ever been another one. I mean, I don't.
Oh wow.
I
can't recall.
don't know.
No,
I don't know if
can't
like
recall.
Get Out was Get Out ever nominated for best film. I don't think so.
I'd have to look.
I don't know. But I wanted to ask was another thing was is The Exorcist, the first Exorcist, is that the very first type of movie of its kind of that subject? Because you know how what happens is with the first thing of everything,
Sure.
that first one always leaves a mark. Nightmare on Elm Street 1, it seems like probably better than the rest, maybe two, you know what I'm saying? Halloween #1, always better than the next ones that follow it, maybe to a point. And I think Exorcist, that particular one is, I don't know if that was the first movie of its kind. I know that when I saw it in 2001 extended cut, did I finish watching that movie? I don't know. I think I did. I did finish, but somebody's lost.
Sorry, Amber Alert. Yeah.
But yeah, but
I'll give you the list once.
but yeah, when I left that movie, theater, I was creeped out. I was creeped out a lot. Can
Yeah.
I tell you what I did? I went. I think at that point
Went to church.
I was,
that's what I
No,
would have done.
Right afterwards.
I-
Yeah,
you know,
that's what I would have done.
I would've-
Found the
Well,
nearest
yes.
Catholic church.
And,
I know,
and-
priest.
I'm gonna be- I'm-
and jumped inside the holy water, bro. Just jumped in there.
Yo, let me tell you, I'm gonna be
Baptize
real.
me. Baptize me, Jesus.
Can I? Can I be real? Can I be real? Can I be really
Be
real?
real.
I left the movie theater because I watched it like somewhere in the afternoon. So when I left it, left the movie theater. It was at night, and I was like, "Please, sweet baby Jesus, help me." I was like, let there not be anything in my car. You know what I mean? Things
Will
like
there
that.
not be
I
a demon in
went
my
back-
rearview mirror? Nothing. Yeah.
Bro, I remember going. I think back home to. I don't remember if this was with my ex, but I went to. We were house sitting. We were house sitting.
Ooh, a
For-
stranger's house.
I
Or like a
was
friend's house or
sitting with my girlfriend. No, for her sister's house at that point.
But it
in
wasn't
time.
your place.
And it was. Oh no, this was for. I'm getting the movies mixed up. This was for Paranormal Activities. Same situation, kind of. But I remember being freaked out at that movie. Once I got out of there, I was like, nope, that's not good. And another thing I wanted to kind of put a little. I'll put the pin on that. But is that the effects were real effects.
Practical.
Not to
Yeah,
say
practical.
that they might not be the best effects, but it gave you
It was practical. It's like real.
it was practical,
yeah.
so it gave you,
You
like
feel
a
like it's
more of
actually
an
tangible,
emotional-
like you could touch it. You
yeah,
know, that's
exactly.
a big
like
thing.
this is something that could happen, and this is probably what happens to people who are going through this type of stuff. You know what I mean? So maybe
I think that's the thing
another
that terrifies me. Like when especially movies and films, when they use practical effects, not like CGI. I don't want to see anything flying like that looks cheesy. I'm like, oh, that's fake, you know, like the Nun or whatever. But like, but The Exorcist, like to see the raw, just emotions, and even to hear about stuff that happened like behind the scenes. You know, like that one and Poltergeist. Poltergeist was like the same way, where all the stuff that was happening behind the scenes, and that's another one that used like super practical effects.
Practical effects. You know, the
And was-
person who.
Didn't you say that it was actually like real dead bodies or bones or something like that?
Well, no. What had happened was when they were filming, there's a scene, I believe in Poltergeist. I think it's Poltergeist, where I think that's my dog. But there's a scene in Poltergeist. I think isn't there where something falls or something like that, or one of the actors who acted in that movie ended up dying in another one because a helicopter fell on them. They had a helicopter that was like hanging on a wire for a practical effect, and it ended up falling on him and killing him.
Well, I know, like in that
craziness,
movie,
crazy stuff.
well, in the second one, I think of Poltergeist, the girl that was like her last film because she passed away like super early,
Yeah.
and then the priest or whoever, the
something
other
like
scary guy, he had cancer or something like that. So like he died
so
right
there
after,
was-
right before
there
he
was
even
like
finished
this-
filming.
Yeah, there was like a lore that people that were in that movie were like cursed and stuff like that, and so they were, you know, getting picked off one by one. But I think one of the scenes that stands out the most, I believe, and I think this is because of it's only in the extended version. I don't think they had put this in the original version because they cut it out. It was
The
too
stairs.
much. Was there's like a scene where then again I don't remember because I don't remember seeing the original version. I just saw the extended, but there's a scene where the girl in the first Exorcist, she like crawls down the stairs backwards, like on her.
Oh yeah.
That
like,
wasn't-
yeah.
that wasn't in the original,
Like
though.
that was the creepiest thing ever because they had like somebody like some kind of
contortionist, yeah.
contortionist do that, and it came off like crazy. There was another scene I believe where she just like her parents are having a party with all these like fancy guests, and then she goes down there and she's like just looking kind of wrecked, and then she like the parents are like, go upstairs, you know, you're not well, you're not feeling good, you're sick, you should go upstairs and rest. And the girl just looks at her with a creepy face, and she just starts peeing on the ground.
Oh.
Yep.
And she's just peeing and creating a puddle of pee, and the people are just like scandalized and just like staring at her, and her parents don't know what to do because all these fancy guests are just looking at her daughter like pee herself.
Yeah, that wasn't the movie, right?
So that
was in the
and
original.
it was just the most
Yeah.
weird little situations like that I think made that movie extra scary.
It deserved a nomination. I mean, the creativity that was involved in that movie was really, it was good. It's just freaky as all heck.
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah.
the only, just so you know.
That's what I'm saying. I don't want to fucking
No.
sleep after that,
No.
man. No.
But hey, I just looked it up. Omar number 2 just looked up your statistics here.
Yeah, Omar number 2. What's up? What did Reddit say?
Only 6 horror movies have ever been nominated for Best Picture, and I don't know if I would consider all these movies horror movies, but this is the list. Exorcist,
Probably Jaws, right?
Exorcist number 1, Jaws number 2, The Sixth Sense.
Oh, wow.
That's a scary movie.
But it's
Sixth
not
Sense?
horror.
Sixth
I don't
Sense.
know
like
if
a
Sixth
thriller.
Sense- yeah.
Sixth Sense.
Black
was not
Swan
horror,
again.
yeah.
That's not horror. Get Out's in there. Get Out.
Not really.
Not-
Get Out.
nominated.
I figured Get Out would be in there. Yeah.
And the only one that's on this list that they say is a horror flick, which I don't want to say horror, is Silence of the Lambs, and that actually won an Academy Award.
Was that
That's
a horror
not horror,
flick? I would
dude.
say that's more
It's
suspense.
a
thriller.
It's a
as well?
thriller.
Yeah, it's like Sixth
That's
Sense.
not
Yeah.
horror.
Yeah. I mean, it's
Yeah,
got
it's
some
thriller,
freaky stuff,
suspenseful.
but
I don't
I
think
wouldn't say
that's-
horror, dude.
Yeah,
Horror movie.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
Now Jaws, I saw the re-release in IMAX last year, and for the anniversary, and I had never
Yeah.
seen Jaws in the theater, and in
Yeah.
IMAX
Mm-hmm.
and restored,
Yeah.
and I was like, that fucking terrified me. bro.
Really, dude?
It did. I was like,
in IMAX
Yeah.
and restored and in my face
and in sound, in my face, and the seats moved, and there was an actual shark in the theater.
and they threw
Fuck.
water on me, buckets
But dude,
of water.
hey, not for
Yeah,
nothing.
like 40x. Yeah, yeah.
Not for nothing. The Jaws, the actual animatronic or whatever that they use, the shark,
yeah,
that looked way better than what they use now, man, with the CG stuff, like in the Meg and all that stuff, bro. Come on, nothing tops that old school Jaws
with
look,
the
man.
restored.
Nothing.
Yeah, but how are you gonna
With the
make
Jaws-
a giant megalodon shark?
No, I get it.
Like practical.
I'm
you
just
know what
saying
Yeah.
it just looks like I buy Jaws more than I buy the Meg. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Yeah. But now with the restored, with the 4K, I'm assuming maybe a restored version of Jaws, the animatronic must look.
No, I still shit my pants in the theater, bro.
I bet
I
it still
shit
looks.
my-
I bet it
really?
still
Okay.
looks amazing.
It was scary as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, it still was a shark. It was a shark.
I think the scariest scene in that movie is, if I'm correct, if this is the first one, is the part where the young lady goes swimming in the dark and it starts thrashing her
That's
back
the
and
classic
forth.
scene, bro. That's the
Isn't that the
that's
first
the
one?
classic scene.
Yeah, bro. You know how they made that?
That was in the
lady
trailer,
had
bro.
a-
Remember? That
like
was in
a-
the original trailer. The girl goes
Yeah,
out
she has
swimming,
a-
and out of
the-
nowhere, it just,
Yeah.
she goes underwater.
How they did that was the lady had like some kind of like a leather.
Yeah, and they pulled
thing
her down,
tied to a
and they
pole.
pulled her down.
Yeah, and they just
yanked her.
freaking and they said she bruised
Yeah,
and everything
yeah.
because they were shaking her quick.
Steven Spielberg, bro,
Yeah,
for the craft.
You don't play games.
Yeah, he's like, you're gonna get hurt.
You gonna die.
Just
You
so
might
you
get,
know.
you might die.
We're gonna bruise.
There's
some
no union
ribs.
here, bro. We don't need to fuck it. You got no insurance? Oh well. You want to be in a movie? Yes or no? Yes or no?
Well, you gonna get shaked.
You gonna
You
get
get
shook.
shook it.
You gonna get shook.
Shook it. So yeah, that's The Exorcist. That was a very long rant on The Exorcist.
It
especially the
was,
first
dude.
one.
Sorry, bro.
That's okay.
Sorry.
The only other movie I will say, I don't know if any of you guys saw it. It's called It Lives Inside. Did you guys
Yes, I
see?
did see
You
that.
did see
Actually,
it?
I
How'd you
did
like
see
it?
that because you specifically
I did say
talked about it.
yeah.
So I watched it afterwards, and I watched the Five Nights at Freddy.
Five
I was
Nights at
trying to catch up to with all the horror flicks. The only one that I didn't want to watch was the Exorcist, just because I thought maybe this one's gonna be a little bit too much.
Nah, you'll be fine.
No,
and I was by myself. I was alone, bro. I
No
was
way,
alone.
bro. Ain't
I needed
happening.
some backup.
What'd you think about It Lives Inside though? Quick thoughts.
It Lives Inside. I liked it. It was good. It was good. I liked the whole, but then again, this was like a whole, I don't know if it's a religion thing, but it's like a culture.
Yeah, it's like an Indian, Hindu.
culture thing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Indian culture thing.
Which I like because
Yeah,
I mean it's not really represented in a
it's
lot
different.
of films. Yeah.
It's completely different. It's not something that you know what I mean? I feel like, and you know what I was thinking about that with that movie? As I was watching, I was like, okay, this is something based on Indian culture. I think what they're going to start doing now is just pulling
From
all
different
types of
cultures,
cultures and like their belief system or their belief of maybe what demons are or whatever. You know what I mean? Because I've never seen anything like that. I've never heard anything like that. You know what I mean? So it was interesting because I've never seen that.
And the way they like gave the demon or were trying to sacrifice, I guess they gave it food. Like they made like mango
was
and
like
plátanos and they like put them out, right? So there's the Dominican fucking monster or demon. Jay, I need you to tell me so I can write the script.
All
Like,
right.
what do you guys do? Do you guys just give him mango and put like freaking Don Omar for it, or fucking
No, you got
Tego Calderon?
to appease the Dominican demon. You got to put on
Juan
socks.
Luis-
You got no socks with
Juan Luis
shoes.
Guerra.
Juan Luis Guerra, just bachata all
He'll,
day.
bachata, bro. He'll say
El demonio.
it'll go to sleep.
Na,
It'll go
na,
to
na,
sleep.
na, 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 na.
Frío. Con el alma le río. Frío.
So yeah, I think they're gonna start doing that, like you said, Harold. I think pulling from different. I mean, it always was like the Japanese culture they have a whole different vibe as far as their scary movies, and then the American people would try to kind of replicate it, like The Ring and
They try to
stuff like that.
try to like copy it.
It wasn't as good, obviously. Yeah.
Let me tell you, those Japanese scary stuffs, man, they are real serious about their scary stuff. They're like scary movies. I think they have on Netflix. They have it's an anime, but they have like stories of it's like Japanese culture stories like of cultural Japan. It's on Netflix. Look it up. You'll find it.
Oh, cool.
I put it on my thing to watch it because they're supposed to be super, super scary. Yeah.
Yeah, I did like It Lives Inside though. Different take and kind of on the same vein as like what was that movie we talked about in the beginning? Talk to Me? No, Talk to Me. Well, like Smile too.
Smile had the kind
in
of
that
like
type of way.
vibe.
Yeah, but I'm saying like low budget. I felt like It Lives Inside kind of helped. It kind of had that like Talk to Me vibe to it a little bit. So
yeah,
I kind of liked it. Yeah.
I hope it had a really low budget
Why?
because
Oh, it didn't make money.
it
yeah.
only made $6 million at the box office.
The thing is that I think what happens with that was, I think maybe it's because it's Indian culture.
Exactly.
I don't know.
That's why the Marvels tanked too. Well, I mean, that's one of the reasons. All women.
Is it
and
tanking?
yeah, it tanked. It botched. It got.
but
got
the
slaughtered.
scores are good though.
But
No,
and it got 60%, 61% of Rotten Tomatoes. That was critic score, 48% audience. So the audience didn't like it as much.
Exactly, because they're all racist. So moving on.
bigots.
Racist bitch. So to close out the Halloween recap, I actually do want to hear from Jay since he went to Hollowscream. I want him to give us a little review on that, and then I in turn will give the review for Halloween Horror Nights. I'm sure Alex and the other butt nut, won't even name him, that fucker, he'll go ahead and come back on and say something about it. But
it's getting scary.
But Jay, you went to Hollowscream. I wanted to go. I actually wanted to go there and Sir Henry's, but I didn't get a chance to do either one of them. But tell me about your Hollowscream experience. Did you go to the one in Tampa or the one in Orlando?
The one here in Orlando.
Okay.
Yeah.
What'd you think, sir?
So I have been since.
First of all, price.
Okay.
Price is good, right?
Oh no, price is
But
great. Price is great. Yeah, I think
Price is great.
it's like
What's
30
the price?
bucks.
What's the price on
I
that
paid
thing?
because
Yeah, it was like $40. You're a pass holder,
Yeah,
right?
I'm a pass holder, so I paid like $30. $30 each.
Okay.
Nice.
So I remember when I went 2 years ago. It was the first year they did it. For me, and I just tell me if they improved it or not. I like the scare zones, and there were only about 1 or 2 houses that I enjoyed. The rest of them were just like high schoolers screaming in my face, and I did not enjoy that at all.
Yeah.
So, Jay, did they improve on this, or is it more or less the same?
So I've heard the same rumors prior to going about the scare zones. They said the scare zones were supposed to be fantastic. They're cool. I think they underplayed it a little bit because the scare zones are so big. They're not like Halloween Horror Nights. Halloween Horror Nights just has these little pockets of scare zones.
Yeah.
The scare zones in Hollow Scream are way bigger and longer. But my gripe on the scare zones is that they didn't have enough employees to fill them. So the scaring was very few and far between. So like you'd walk, through almost the whole thing and you wouldn't get freaked out until maybe the end. Now, what I will tell you is the employees, the actors that they hired, they did a really good job. If, for example, you kind of figured a scare was coming, they knew how to distract you so that somebody else could come at you and really get you. So there was a couple of good moments there, but it was just few and far between. So I was left wanting with the scare zones. The haunted houses, I probably agree with Michael. There was probably like 2 of them that were half decent. And the first one we went on had like a good beginning, bro. They actually put you in this room where you're supposed to go in an elevator. And it's not an elevator, but it simulates one. So you're like freaked out. You're kind of like, oh my God, I'm going up an elevator and they're about to open this door and then something's going to come out. But then it was nothing. It was like you just walk through a maze and it was like, it was the haunted house ended up being like nothing. So the build up of the beginning,
money shot.
Yeah, basically. Basically.
It did not finish.
It did not finish.
Man, that kind of that
I would
sucks.
say that I gave it a solid. I would maybe a bit. And you know how I hate half numbers, man. But I'm gonna probably have to do it. Probably between 5 and 6, man. I would say 5.5.
5.5.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Because hoo-ha, I had to do a hoo-ha.
Hoo-ha.
Hey, let me ask you this,
compared to Halloween Horror Nights,
your-
it was just not there.
For the
money, it's a fun
What do you-
time.
what-
I think that if I had gone with you guys, we probably could have made it a little fun. I went with my daughter and my wife. I had a good time.
Yeah.
I had more fun just
Yeah,
watching my daughter because this is the first time that my daughter has ever gone to any type of Halloween event, like in a theme park. So she was petrified going in, and by the end of it, she was
like
like
a forest.
Yeah. So basically, at the very end of it, she was like, "Okay, Dad, I think that we can maybe do Halloween Horror Nights next year." I'm like, "All right, cool." Because
now you're ready for the big leagues.
You're ready.
It's the best.
It's the best. So I'll counter your little thing. So I did go to Halloween Horror Nights. I did not plan on it at all. However, I scored this little seasonal part-time job over at Cabana Bay doing the Chucky's Twisted Playground photo op experience there. So I was there just kind of like navigating people through, and they were taking selfies, and it was a nightmare for me because I hate when people are on their phones like that. But I was just like, all right, whatever. Anyways, they gave me free tickets. I went to the employee preview night, and that was my first employee preview. Phenomenal. Then I went, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 times after that because they gave us free tickets. So I'd go every once in a while. My brother got the Rush of Fear pass, so he went like the first 2 or 3 weeks. I think 3 weeks it was. And so we went a couple times. And this year, honestly, and not to rub it in anybody's face, I know people missed it, but one of the better years as far as the houses were concerned, the production
As I
value
expected.
was top
I
notch.
expected it.
Top notch. Last of Us house was Chef's Kiss.
wow.
Stranger Things was not scary, but it was an homage to the last season.
The production was
So
good.
that was
Was it
fun.
was, was it
Production was
super
great.
well done,
yeah,
right?
production was great.
Yeah.
They played Metallica in it. They played Run Up the Hill
Yes.
faintly, so
God, it's
it was
awesome.
Damn.
very cool. The Exorcist house, they had an Exorcist Believer house, which was actually pretty terrifying to me. It was actually scarier than the movie for me. Like I was like, they had
Nice.
demons pop out. I was
That's
like,
cool.
this is crazy. And then there was a couple of the, how usually the original houses, the Universal houses, there's like a
Yeah,
few
they have, like-
that are even better than any of the houses that are there. This year they had one that was called The Darkest Deal. That was cool. Like it's very story oriented. It was about this jazz musician that gave his soul to the devil so he could be successful. So it actually goes through that, and you see like demons and stuff like that. That was actually kind of terrifying. But the one that they did towards the front is called Blood Moon, and it was about like an old commune, like an Irish commune, or like back in the day type deal. And like the moon would turn into blood, and like it was a sacrificial thing. But that one had some phenomenal scares in it. Like probably the best scares I would say out of all the houses. So again, Universal goes all out, I think, with their original, because I feel
Sometimes.
and I think also because now when I worked at the Chucky thing, they were telling me, they were like, there's so much that we have to run by NBC, Universal, like Peacock and all that, since they're our parent company. Like any little change, whether it's the music or putting a piece of tape on that furniture there, it has to go through these people. It has to go up the line, up the chain. So like we barely have any creative control on IPs that are not ours. So Sony, of course, they did The Last of Us for the game. So they're very detailed oriented in that. But every other house that was the original Universal house, you could tell. It's like they could put in whatever they want, originality
Whatever they
and
want.
stuff like that. And it shows. So I remember last year we talked about Petrified Forest and how much,
I love
creativity
it.
they,
I love
went with it.
For
you
low
know?
budget.
And that's
For low budget.
and again, that's because they have so much creative freedom on that. With Universal, unfortunately, they don't have that. But I understand kind of like the behind the scenes working of like they have to go through so much red tape to cut through the red tape to get anything approved. Any little change, they couldn't even
I
use
can
any
imagine,
Chucky
yeah.
music in the house. Like it was just like, all right, cool. Like it is what it is. So,
That's
but
weird.
overall, the event was great. The food was delicious. They had a walking taco there, which if you've had a walking taco, does anybody know what that is?
Nope.
Okay, so walking tacos. They used to do it with Doritos, bags of Doritos. They put like taco stuff in it, like a little snack bag of Doritos.
Oh,
Put
got
ground
it.
beef, lettuce,
Yes.
tomato, whatever.
Yeah, yeah. Wow.
This year they did the walking taco but with Fritos, and they give you a big ass like
Frito
thing
bag?
of scoops, and they just put fucking anything you want in there, any meat, lettuce, tomato. And I went there. Out of the 5 times I went there, I ate like 4 of those.
like
They're freaking
like a
delicious.
king.
Yeah, I was like eating like a king, bro. Every time I would starve myself all day and get a walking taco, and I
Nice.
was
And you didn't
So
friggin'
happy.
and you didn't friggin'
So
walking
happy.
friggin' shard yourself after eating all that crap.
no, I
bro?
didn't shit
Friggin'
myself either.
Walking shard.
The
But
walking shit
he was actually doing the freaking Exorcist believer out of his butt.
out of my butthole, bro. Yeah. No, I didn't feel it until the next day, so it was fine. But honestly, it's because I don't know if it was that food or the food that they serve at the hotel for employees that I was working at, because they give you free lunch while you're working at the hotel. But I tell you not, I shit you not, and no pun intended, but I shit every time I ate lunch at the hotel. So I don't know if it was the walking tacos or that, but I was shitting so much. Like my system is clean, bro. My system is flushed out.
You got,
like
you got,
I am.
you got your colon
like,
cleanse. You got your
You got my
colon
col-
cleanse.
It was a cleanser without even like wanting it. And I was like, I would go on my 30-minute lunch break,
Forced.
and then I'd go for 30 minutes to take a shit. And then my coworkers are like, "Did you take a second break?" I'm like, "No, I got a shit." So like, so after the first,
That's scary.
oh my god, after the first week, they already knew. They're like, "Oh, Michael's going on second break. It's fine, you know." And I just go there, take a shit. They're
Michael's
like,
going on 11sies.
Michael Gulp, yeah. That's it, bro. It's crazy. But I think I lost
my
like,
God.
I know Harold was saying he's lost 10 pounds over the last few months. I'm like, I probably lost 10 pounds just from shitting.
Wow.
Everything I ate at the hotel, bro. It's fucking crazy.
That's crazy.
Like my
bro.
pants that I'm wearing right now, they're usually kind of quite nice and tight. They're pretty like loose right now. So I'm
They're
pretty
loose,
sure
but they're full of
they're
shit.
full of shit. Jesus.
Oh my god, that's crazy.